it's me, Renee. I'm back. Today I got a little bit, not big, but a small library haul for you. So I went to a library, kind of obvious, on Friday. I found a few books. I kind of planned to get these few books. And then when I left, I felt like, oh, I forgot this and this and this book. But, I mean, unless I was going to write down a list of the books I'm going to get. And even if I had a list, I might be distracted and not remember to check the list. So, yeah. And hey, I can always go back to the library. It's not that big of a deal, really. But yeah, so here's a few books I got from the library. Give me a little moment. They're back here. So they're a bit of a mix. I was about to say most of them. I think it's actually maybe half of them are in Norwegian, half of them in English. So, yeah. So, first we have Skyggenes Øy by Johan Rundberg. And this is the last book in a middle grade. Well, not quite sure if you'll. Yeah, I'll call it middle. Yeah, I think it's middle grade. The characters are 12, 13. Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, it's middle grade ish. Um, And yeah, it's the third book in this middle grade series. It's how would you describe it? I would say maybe it's slightly magical, like slightly fantasy. Okay, so it takes place in Stockholm, in Sweden. The author is Swedish. Well, it takes place in and around like Stockholm. Like one of the books takes place in Stockholm, the other one takes place outside Stockholm. So yeah, but it's in that area. And both of the first two books, being as I haven't read this book yet, both of the first two books they have kind of this mystery element to them, and kind of feel like, okay, is this something fantastical or is it explained? And then at the end, most of it is explained, but there's some questions so you kind of feel like maybe there's a real ghost. So there's like some questions and some uncertainty really there. So magic-esque series, I would say. Maybe we could most likely just call it um, action book, action series. Yeah, I'll go for that. And also at the end of the second book, there was kind of ended on like cliffhanger thing where like there's a secret society with magic aspects to it. So yeah, so there's definitely more going on. So yeah, this book actually came out this year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check it out. No, it came out last year. Sorry, I'm an idiot. But yeah, it came out last year, but it's yeah, just 1 year ago. And yeah, I very much enjoyed this, so can't wait to read this last book in this series. At this point in time, I'm not sure it exists in like English, or I'm pretty sure it's not available in English. It might be available in Danish. I mean, being as this author is Swedish, you probably often start with the closest languages and closest countries when you translate. Or is that how it works? I'm not sure. But yeah. But yeah, as of now, I'm quite sure. I think it's maybe only available in Norwegian and Swedish, or I suppose could be some other, let's say English, some other European languages. But yeah, English, I don't think it is at the moment. So right now it's like me saying like this is a great series. But can't read it if you don't read Norwegian or Swedish. Which I feel so mean when I do that. Like, I don't know. Maybe you just kind of feel like knowing that there exists this cool book that you can't read. Sorry, it's mean. Is it mean? Tell me in the comments if you feel like it's mean. But I suppose like at like the first point of hanging a book you can read is it being out in the world. Like books being translated often takes many years. So maybe this comes out in English in like 10 years or something. Maybe because you saw this video and thought like, oh, that sounds cool. That's a nice cover. Maybe maybe you know someone in publishing or something, and you nag them and make petitions and stuff. And maybe it gets translated. Who knows? But yeah. And then we have a book that's probably a bit more known to most of you, I would say, Moxie by Jennifer Marfo. So this became a movie earlier this year. I read Moxie a few years ago, and the movie has actually been in like the works a few years. I think maybe Amy Poehler bought the rights when the movie came out. No, when the book came out, like right from get go, more or less. But yeah, the movie took some years, but the book it came out in 2017. So yeah, it's a few years, but it's not very old really. And yeah, so it's a YA book about feminism standing up for yourself in high school. And yeah, I've been wanting to watch the movie, but I kind of wanted like I want to reread the book because I've read it in quite a few years now, and yeah, I mean, you have to read the book before you watch the movie, right? Oh, so you don't have to. Yeah, that's my plan. I kind of think that I at one point owned the book, but I don't know where it is. Maybe I just borrowed it from library earlier as well. I'm not sure. Anyway, this time it's from the library. So yeah, and then we have Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. Nicola Yoon is the author behind Everything, which I love so much. And this cover is just so beautiful. First, I heard this being described as YA romance set in a dancing environment. And then some people said like it has magical realism to it, like there's some magical aspects to it. I didn't know that first, so I'm quite curious like how does magic fit into this? So yeah, I'm quite curious. And yeah, I love everything. I DNF'd after other book, so maybe I'll give it another try once. But yeah, this book just looks and sounds so good. So yeah, can't wait to get it. And then we have Charlie Drømmevandrer, Fangene I Adnafjell by Svein Tindberg. So as you can see, this is a Norwegian book, and it's not Norwegian originally. Like it's not Norwegian translated. It wasn't originally Danish or Swedish or Finnish or anything like that. No, it's a Norwegian author. We do have some authors as well, not just people who translate stuff. We have quite a few Norwegian authors, I would say. And yeah, this is actually a debut author, but the author he's not like he's not a man. He's not your everyday Joe because he's mostly famous for being an actor. Like he's played in a lot of stuff. I was about to say, like show you his picture because it might be at the end here, but it's not. I thought because often you have like at the end of books you have about the author in a picture. Here you don't. But yeah, I suppose anyway, he's been in a lot of Norwegian movies, so probably I don't really think you'd recognize his face. But yeah, anyway, so this is a new Norwegian, maybe younger YA. I think the narrator protagonist is kind of like 14, 13, around that. And it's in a world where dreams become real. So that's quite interesting, but also quite creepy because, like, if you have nightmares, then that's kind of scary. So, yeah, I was kind of curious about this one, so got it. It was nominated, yeah, for like a book prize last year. So, yeah, and I think I have some in my, give me a little moment. La, 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 la. And yeah, I have three more. I actually also bought some books on Friday. I kind of debated would I do one haul or two hauls. I'm kind of ending up doing two because yeah, it's not that many books, but still I kind of want to switch them up. Now I see like I've gone to 10 minutes, me babbling. So yeah, I think it's just cool just dividing them up really. So next we have Punching in the Air by Boy and Yusuf Salif. No, sorry, Yusuf Salam. Uh, of the Extraordinary Five, it says here. Who's the Extraordinary Five? Showing my ignorance. I'm gonna check if it says anything. Ah, sorry, it's me being stupid. So it says Yusuf Salam of the Exonerated Five. Looks extraordinary. Well, he's probably extraordinary as well. Oh yeah, he's of all the Exonerated Five, which was, I didn't really know about this, but I suppose you can't know about everything. But like in 2002, let me check it out. 2002, he was convicted of raping someone, but he didn't do it. It was him and five of his friends who was committed. None of them had done it. The jury was just whacked, and so it was kind of a big deal. Luckily, his conviction was overturned, but still, like, kind of became a big part of him and stuff. And yeah, and then you also have Boy, the author behind written lots of good stuff. I suppose maybe she's probably most known as the editor behind Black Enough, but she's written other stuff as well. And yeah, so actually Katie Reeds from Katie Reeds and Rants read this recently and talked highly about it. So I thought, you know what? I've seen it in the library. I want to get it. So yeah, I got it. And then we have two books in a series that's well, it is Norwegian, these books, but they're originally Danish, but they're available in English, so you can check it out if you want to. So we have Slangens Gave, Slangens Gave and Skammerkrigen. So this is the third and fourth and final book in the Shameless Daughter series. Well, I'll say trilogy. It's not a trilogy. Shameless Daughter as was quartet will be a right word, really. And yeah, I've been kind of rereading the series lately. I read book 1 and 2 in May. Yeah, in May. I enjoyed it very much. It was just so fun to be back in that series, in that world. And yeah, now I have the third and fourth book, so I can finish my reread. It is a middle grade, high fantasy middle grade, based around Dina. Am I being stupid? No, sorry, Dina. I just kind of more feel like, is that her name? But it's her name. And yeah, her magical power is that she can look into people's eyes and see everything they're ashamed of. So, like, if you lie to someone, if you cheated someone, or just anything you're ashamed of, just small and big stuff, everything. So, of course, she's very, very important in judicial purposes and stuff like that. And I suppose, of course, as you would have in high fantasy series, there's a big bad, and he's kind of trying to take all the world. And yeah, so like from the first book, the big bad is after Dina and her family, and yeah, so he goes after them every book, and he's kind of big asset. And yeah, I just love this series and this world so much. Also, there's two movies actually made of this series. The first movie was just based on the first book. Second movie was based on second and third book, which I actually kind of agree, because yeah, the second book is good, but I would say like it didn't really have that much meat to it. So combining it with the third book was not that illogical, really. And yeah, so I'm very happy to review this, so I can check out the second movie, which I actually haven't seen. So yeah, that's quite fun. Has like if there's gonna be made a third movie based on fourth book, I haven't heard anything. Maybe it will. I mean, the first movie and the second movie had a few years apart. So I mean, I suppose it could still happen. And like the fourth book and the first book take place years from each other. So I suppose it doesn't really matter that they like if the fourth movie comes out in 2 years. It's not like continuity is bad. It will work. But yeah. So, and as I said, this series is available in English. I'm pretty sure also it's kind of one of those like big books that are kind of phenomenal, that kind of like available like in every language, or every like in a lot of languages, at least a lot of European ones. So yeah, so let's go. Just kind of do the booktube thing and just kind of show all my books. So that's, yeah, quite a little fun book haul, library haul, and yeah, and I'll see you later soon.